So in this video, we are going to learn how to add WooCommerce order details in PostgreSQL. Let's say you have created your e-commerce store using WooCommerce. Now you want that whenever you receive a new order, you want to add the details of that order and also the details of the customer in your PostgreSQL database. So let me tell you, you can completely automate this process. In this automation, as a new order will be received on our WooCommerce store, automatically all the details of that order will be added in our PostgreSQL database table. Now, if you want to learn how you can set up this complete automation all by yourself, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, this is my WooCommerce store. Now I want that whenever I receive a new order on my WooCommerce store, whenever a sale happens on my WooCommerce store, I want to add the details of the sale, like the details of the customer, the product, the total amount, all of that into a table in PostgreSQL. Now to do this, I have to connect my WooCommerce store with PostgreSQL, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration platform to do so without any coding skills or programming knowledge. Now to get started with Pabbly Connect, you will get a free sign-up link in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. After creating your account and coming to this dashboard, we have to create an automation workflow over here. For that, just click on this create workflow button and give this workflow a name. Let's say I'll name it as WooCommerce to PostgreSQL. You can basically give any other name as per your choice. Then just click on create over here. And as you click on create here, you can see the workflow will open in front of us. In this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger step. Now the idea here is, first we have to connect our WooCommerce store with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step, so that whenever we are going to receive a new order on our WooCommerce store, whenever a sale happens on our WooCommerce store, automatically the details of that order will be received inside Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow will trigger. It will start. Then after that, using this Pabbly Connect automation, we are going to send the details of that order and the customer who placed an order and send that data to PostgreSQL so that we can store it over there. So let's see how it is done. Starting from a trigger window in Choose app, search for WooCommerce and select it. After selecting WooCommerce in trigger event from this drop down, select the trigger event as new order created. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And now using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our WooCommerce store with Pabbly Connect. And to add this webhook URL, we just have to follow the instructions given below over here. Just copy the webhook URL from here and go to your WordPress admin account. After coming to the WordPress admin account, from the left sidebar, we will hover on WooCommerce and go to WooCommerce settings. After coming to the WooCommerce settings, we have to go to the advanced section. Just click on advanced. After coming to the advanced section, just click on webhooks. And under webhook, click on this add webhook button. After clicking on add webhook, it is asking us to enter some details to add this webhook URL. Let's say I'll name my webhook as PostgreSQL. You can basically give any other name to your webhook URL. The default status of this webhook is disabled. So from this drop down, I'm going to change it and select active. Then it is asking us for the topic. So in this drop down, we have to select the topic as order created. That on happening of this event, we want to send the data from WooCommerce to this webhook URL. Then it is asking us for the delivery URL. And here in the field of delivery URL, we have to paste the exact same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and paste it over here. And after entering all of these details and selecting the topic, just click on the Save Webhook button. And when we click on Save Webhook, here you can see this webhook URL is now added in our WooCommerce account. And after adding this webhook URL, whenever we are going to receive a new order on our WooCommerce store, automatically the details of the same order will be received inside Pabbly Connect as well. Now here in Pabbly Connect workflow also we have received a test response. This shows that the webhook URL is added successfully. Now we will just click on this recapture webhook response button and click on yes. And now it has changed to waiting for webhook response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to capture some response of a new order from WooCommerce. So let's do it. I will just go to my WooCommerce store and I have this product named as microphone. I'm just going to place a test order, a dummy order over here on my WooCommerce store. Let's add this product to cart and then just proceed to checkout. And here on the checkout page, let's enter the details of some dummy customer. The name of the customer is test user. This is the company name. This is the country. This is the address of the same customer who is placing the order. We have a dummy number and also a dummy email address. This means we have successfully entered the details of a dummy customer on the checkout page. Now let's click on this place order button. And as we click on place order, here you can see just now on our WooCommerce store, we are receiving a new order and the order is received. Just now a new sale happened on our WooCommerce store. And here you can see the total amount of this order is 17,999. This is the email address of the customer and these are the details of the customer who placed the order. Now after receiving this order, because we have connected our WooCommerce store with Pabbly Connect, we will see in our Pabbly Connect workflow in this trigger step, within few seconds, we are going to receive the response. And in that response, we will be getting all the details of this new order. So let's wait for a few seconds over here. And yes, within few seconds you can see we have received the response. And in this response, we have received the details of the exact same order. Here you can see the total amount of this order is 17,999. The status is processing. We'll scroll down further and we will see some details of this order. We have the name of the customer. We have the first name and the last name test user. We have the address of the same customer. We have the city. We have the company name of the customer. Then we have the state and the postcode. We'll scroll down further and you can see some other details of the customer and related to this order as well. Like here once again we have the subtotal amount, we have the name of the product, we have the item name, that what product this customer has ordered. We'll scroll down further and we will see the details like the email address and the mobile number of the customer as well. This is the email address and this is the phone number. So in this way, all the details of a new order which we have received on our WooCommerce store and the details of the customer who placed the order is now received inside Pabbly Connect. And the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. Now let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we want to add the same details in our PostgreSQL database into a specific table. For that, we will scroll down, come to this action step, and then here in choose app, we will search for PostgreSQL. Just select it. After selecting PostgreSQL, here in action event from the drop down, select the action event as insert row into a table. Then just click on connect and select add new connection. Now here we have to connect our PostgreSQL account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the username and password of our PostgreSQL database. Also, we have to enter the host name, the database name and the port over here. So if you have set up your PostgreSQL account, you must be having all of these details. You just have to enter the same details over here and click on save to connect your PostgreSQL account with Pabbly Connect. Right now, because I've already made the connection, I have already entered all of these details. So I will be using my previous connection which I have made the existing connection and click on save over here. And as you click on save after entering all the details, we will see our PostgreSQL account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. And after making the connection, the first thing it asks us is the table name. So here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the tables which I have created in my PostgreSQL account. So here you can see on the left side, I have all of these tables created. And out of all of these, the table in which I want to add the details of my WooCommerce order is named as WooCommerce orders. So let's select this particular table over here. After selecting the table, all the column of data which we have created in this table, you can see all of those columns are added as fields over here. So here we had the columns like we have the order ID, created at, customer name, email, mobile number, address, product name, quantity and total amount. These are the columns of data which I've created in my PostgreSQL database into this table. And you can see all of these columns are added as field. And what we have to do from the trigger step responses of WooCommerce, where we have received the details of a new order, one by one, we have to send all of these details and add these details into the respective field of this PostgreSQL action step. And to add the details or the responses of our trigger step into this action step, we are going to use a process called mapping. And the process of mapping is very simple. We will just click on this field of order ID over here, and here in this drop down you can see a list of all the responses of a new order which we have received in the trigger step from WooCommerce. Out of all of these responses, we will select this response of ID and it will be mapped. In this way, whatever order ID, whatever details of a new order we are going to receive from WooCommerce, the same details will be added in our PostgreSQL as well. After order ID, the next field which we have is we have of created at what date and time this particular order was received. So we'll just scroll down, and from this drop down we are going to select the date and time, that at what date and time the order was created. Then we have the field of customer name. So from the drop down I'll search for the response of name over here, and we have the billing first name and last name of the customer. We'll just select the response of the first name and it is mapped. Then we'll add a space and map the response of last name as well. We are going to follow the same process of mapping for email as well. Search for the response of email and map it. Then we are going to map the response of phone number. Select and map the billing phone number. Then we have the field of address as well. So let's select and map the response of address too. So we are going to map the response of address line 1, then add a comma, then map the address line 2. Then after address line 2, we are going to add the city as well. Let me search for the response of city. So after a comma, let's map the response of city over here. Just select it and map it. And then I want to add the postal code. So I'll just search for the response of postal code over here and map it too. So in this way, I have added or mapped the response of all the address fields into a single column, into a single field. Then let me enter the details of the name of the product. So I'll just search for the response of item name over here and map the response of the name of the item which customer has ordered. So let's search for it. Here it is, item name. And we have mapped the response of the product name. Then we are going to search for the response of quantity. Let's select and map the quantity. And at last, we are going to map the response of total amount. So all the details of a new order from WooCommerce which you want to add in PostgreSQL, create column for those details for that data in your PostgreSQL table, and all of those columns will be added as fields inside Pabbly Connect. And you can map the respective details into the respective fields. After mapping all the details, let's click on save and send test request. And as we click on save and send test request, here you can see we have received the response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data of a new order which we have mapped over here, basically the same order's details which we have received on our WooCommerce store, the details of this order is now added in our PostgreSQL database. So let's check it. We will just go to PostgreSQL and refresh this table once. And yes, here you can see that the details of the same order which we have received just now on our WooCommerce store, the same details are now added as a new row. Here you can see we have the same order ID of the same order, we have the same date and time, we have the name of the same customer's email and mobile number, and also the address. And we have the details of the product which the customer has ordered. We had the product name, quantity, and the total amount. This means this automation which we have created using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. Now after setting up this automation, we are going to test this automation workflow once in real time. For that, I'll go back to my WooCommerce store and I'm going to place another order for some different product. Let's say I'm going to place an order for this LED bulb. And this time we are also going to change the quantity of the order. Let's say the quantity is 5 this time. Let's update the cart. And we are going to basically enter the details or change the details of the customer as well. So the name of the customer is demo user over here. This is the name. The company is, for example, Pabbly. So we are going to change the company name as well. This is the new address, A101 New Street. The city is, for example, Bhopal. The state is, for example, Madhya Pradesh. Zip code is this. Then this is another dummy mobile number which we are entering. Then the email address is demoUser@pabblytudes.com. So just now what we have done, we are placing a fresh order, a new order of LED bulbs. The quantity is 5. The total amount is 900 rupees. And these are the details of the dummy customer. Let's click on place order. And as we click on place order, here you can see that just now we are receiving a new order on our WooCommerce store. And as we receive this new order, we will see using the same Pabbly Connect automation, within few seconds, the details of this exact same order will be added in our PostgreSQL database into this same table. So let's wait for a few seconds over here. Okay, so we have waited for a few seconds. Now let's refresh this table once. And yes, here you can see that the details of the same order which we have placed just now. We have the order ID of the same order which we have placed just now. We have the same date and time. We have the details of the same customer. We have the mobile number. Also, we have the address of the customer. We have the same product LED bulb. The quantity which we have ordered was 5 and we have the same quantity and the total amount. The details of the same order is now automatically added within seconds in our PostgreSQL database. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same automation workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can just clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can just do it for absolutely free.
So if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with others, or if you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can always write us in the comment box below or email us at support@pabbly.com. Also, you can post your queries on our forum as well. And if you want to check the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.